Yo, what's going on? Captain Paul from Talking Shit Podcast. I would greatly appreciate it if you could like down below, comment, and hopefully subscribe. That'd be dope. That would help us for the algorithm. It would definitely help us immensely. So let's get right into it. So James Harden, right? Ben Simmons switch places in a massive blockbuster trade deadline deal. The Brooklyn Nets trade James Harden essentially to Philadelphia, aka the 76ers, for Ben Simmons. Now, if you were going to say that was a one-on-one swap, hands down, the Sixers win this deal, right? Well, you get Seth Curry going in it, you got Drummond going in it to Brooklyn, and you got a couple first-round picks as well. I think for as much as James Harden is an elite-level talent, and that he is, like, when he's actually invested, is one of the best players in the NBA, like, you gave up too much for him if I'm the 76ers. Like, you gave up so much capital. You gave up some good bench players, right? Some good secondary scoring. You gave up some future draft picks that could actually be something someday for a win-now moment. Now, I know Embiid is like a monster, especially these past few months, right? He has been one of the best players in all of the NBA. I believe he leads the leagues in points per game right now. But I think in the long term, you know, the Nets win this deal by a landslide just because of all the assets that they did gain in this deal. But for my opinion, James Harden is a great player. Ben Simmons is an okay player. If you're going to name it, like, you know, just one for one, obviously I think James Harden is probably a better player, but I do think Ben Simmons is a better fit in that Brooklyn Nets team than James Harden, right? Maybe give Simmons like a guy like KD and a guy like Kyrie that can actually shoot the ball pretty well and kind of like distribute in a way. You got Seth Curry, you got like Drummond, you got people coming with him, right, that are gonna, you know, he won't have to be the primary scorer. He can be the third guy, and that's what I think Ben Simmons, you know, is always gonna have to be, is that third guy on a championship team to be competitive. So I actually think the Nets right now overall are going to be the better team because, unfortunately, with James Harden, like, was he just not trying? Was he kind of losing a little bit of steam? I don't know. James Harden still put up some respectable numbers this season, but nowhere near his MVP caliber numbers. And I think this kind of goes into a discussion that I think James Harden shows that you need to, like, if you don't buy into a certain system, regardless of how talented you are, and if you don't give a fuck, like, it's pointless to keep that asset there, right? If the Nets kept James Harden when he was trying to push his way out of town, it would have made absolutely no fucking sense. Because that locker room that's already kind of somewhat toxic with Kyrie Irving and then Kevin Durant, keep that malcontent there, it would have just blown up. Now, people like to say they use that small sample size of, oh, they were 13-3 in their 16 games. It has been 2 seasons, and they've only played 16 games together. Kyrie, because he won't get vaccinated, right? And some people like, oh, just get vaccinated. Listen, I think the New York mandates are a little fucking ridiculous personally. But that's his decision. I'm fine with that. You know, Kevin Durant's getting always dinged up, and he's a big man. He had that, you know, pretty big injury at the end of his term at Golden State and came back early in the playoffs and then re-injured himself. You know, Kevin Durant can't really stay healthy these days. I don't necessarily blame James Harden being a little bit frustrated right now, right? He's like, what the fuck? Like, I want out. I want to get into a situation I can win now. And I think with Philly, he can win now. I think these teams will probably face each other in the playoffs, whether it be like, depending on seeding, whether it, you know, be the conference finals or the semifinals, like whatever it is in the Eastern Conference, they're definitely going to be playing one another. That being said, you know, I think both teams win. I think long-term, definitely a Nets win there for sure. And we'll see. If the 76ers don't win a championship in the next couple of years, this trade is going to go down as one of the worst trades in NBA history, in my opinion. So, what do you guys think? Do you think this trade's fucking solid for both teams? Do you think one team washed the other? Let me know what you think down below in the comments section. And like I said, it would greatly appreciate if you like, comment, subscribe, help us out in the algorithm. We have a bunch of not just sports-related content, but everyday man issues, like really dope content on the way. So this is Captain Paul. I'm done talking my shit, and I'll see you in the next episode.